Let's move on to Godzilla Singular Point for a little bit.
Oh yeah, anime time.
So yeah, his specialty. I noticed that Steve commented earlier. He was like, "Oh, there's a Godzilla anime. I haven't seen anything about this." Lucas, introduce Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Introduce Steve to the fact that there is now going to be a second Godzilla anime. This is after the trilogy of movies.
So for the view, everyone gather around. So there was originally a series of movie trilogy animes it was Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters, Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, and Godzilla the Planet Eater. Those are very hit or miss.
Yes.
Very hit or miss.
That puts it politely.
We had a podcast where we talked about it. For overall response to that, first one I just was world building. Second one I kind of barely remember. Third one I actually kind of liked.
Me too.
But the new one is like, this is like, because the original trilogy anime series was like 3D anime, stuff like that. This new one is anime. Like it's the people are 2D and the monsters are 3D, but they're still very stylized, and I kind of fuck with it. I kind of really fuck with it. There's not much out for it right now, just like a trailer.
A trailer.
Or two,
it's a typical Japanese trailer where there's no dialogue, no clues as to what the plot is. It's just images.
But bro, it's fucking Gabara.
Titanosaurus, Gabara, a bunch of other shit.
How the fuck is this guy back?
I love their choice of kaiju. They've got a couple of your famous ones, such as Rodan and Anguirus. Yeah, but Titanosaurus,
Gabara,
fucking Gabara, and our boy Jet Jaguar is making some kind of a return.
He looks fat though. He looks very fat.
He does look fat. He doesn't look fat. He just looks big boned. And I have got to say I'm really looking forward to this. Because if there's anything where I am completely on board with going apeshit balls to the wall, and again, this statement has completely bitten me in the ass before because of Shin Godzilla, where I hated that design and wound up loving it because of the movie. But if you're going to go apeshit with the designs, which is exactly what this anime is doing, this is the field to do it in.
Yeah,
this is the field to do it with, because I've heard a lot of people complain about the design of Rodan, and I don't really like the design of Rodan of what they're going with.
I'm not a fan of it either, but like I also don't hate it.
Me neither.
I don't hate it. I think it's a cool take. Cool new take. My only concern, really, because again, there's so little out for it right now, so it's like really hard to.
Which is good. It's making my mouth water. To me, that's what a trailer should be.
My only concern is they from announcing they announced a lot of human characters, and I just don't want it to get too muddied. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, Shin Godzilla had a lot of human characters.
That's
because
true.
if you look at the difference, the biggest difference between Japanese movies and Western movies, in my humble opinion, is that Western movies tend to have a single protagonist that you follow. Japanese movies tend to have a series of protagonists you follow.
Yeah, and if they can make like all these characters tie together in a really cool and like meaningful way, like obviously, fuck yeah, I'm on board with that. Like, it just concerns me. That's like my one initial concern. I was just like, there's a lot of characters here.
Here's what I won't like. If this is what the anime does, I won't like this. It's going to kind of be a Monster of the Week kind of thing, where they kind of do an Ultraman.
I could see it being like that for a little bit. And then like, because a lot of anime does that. A lot of anime is like very episodic at first, and then it kind of slowly comes together.
Evangelion.
Towards like the final.
Evangelion does this in droves.
One of my favorites from the past year, SSS Gridman did that too, and I adored that show. I grew up watching a lot of Monster of the Week stuff, so like I kind of have a small like for it. Like I've never been against that. I understand like the dislike towards it sometimes, but like I've always kind of enjoyed Monster of the Week stuff.
Yes,
okay.
I'm far more of a serialized guy. Star Trek is one of the few examples where I'm like completely on board episodically.
Yeah.
But even then, my favorite Star Trek show is Deep Space Nine, and that was very serialized after season 3. So, I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Yeah. For me, I definitely can see a Singular Point being a little episodic at first, but it'll definitely have some kind of overall plot that goes together. It just from what it from every the small stuff we've seen, it just seems like it's going to be that kind of show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious, like what again, because we really know very little of the
Very
plot. Like,
little,
where are
yeah.
they going to go with it? Like singular point. Like that title alone is very like, where are we going to go with
What
this?
does that
Like, and
what
I'm
does
actually,
that mean exactly? That's what I'm curious about. And
exactly
I know
that's
what's happening. And I think what's going to happen is that somehow Godzilla is said singular point.
mhm.
He's the cataclysm that sort of sets all of this shit off.
That's a good
And
idea.
everyone else, that's my predictions. I could be completely fucking wrong,
Yeah, well,
but it is what it is. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be cool. But anyways, they leaked, I can't find an image of it right now, but somebody leaked the Godzilla facial design.
yeah, I think it looks freaking
I
cool.
love the
Like,
fact that out of all of the monsters, they reined back and went more classic with this Godzilla design. Again, it looks kind of anime.
yeah, yeah,
I like
yeah,
it better than the trilogy of movies. That design.
yeah. The like nature kind of tree
I
design
love the
from.
only thing with that design that I was completely on board with is I thought when it was like looking at it straight on, where it was like looking to almost at the camera, looked fantastic. But to decide, I thought it just looked like old man Godzilla and made me laugh. Uh,
Yeah,
um,
I kind of had that problem overall with even like looking at it head on. I kind of felt that too.
I loved its eyes.
Mhm.
I really loved the direction the anime Godzilla went with the eyes for some reason. I was like, okay, I like that.
Yeah,
Um, however, I bet you this anime is going to make Godzilla like 800 feet tall.
I mean, it's par for the course at this
I'm like,
point
come
that he
on,
just
just
has
make
to
him
keep getting
164
bigger
feet
and
tall. Look at
bigger.
GMK. On GMK, Godzilla was 164 feet tall, and look at the shit that he did. You're fine.
And I know, like, I definitely have talked about this. I feel like I have had to talk about this. I don't get the whole like, why does he have to keep getting
Me
bigger?
neither.
It's a giant monster. Like, just that's a threat enough
I
alone.
know,
Like,
I know. I have that opinion too, Lucas.